The fluorescent lights of Sterling Tech's top floor cast harsh shadows across Marcus Webb's face as he stood in the doorway of the CEO's office. His daughter's pink backpack still slung over his shoulder. It was 9:47 p.m., and he was exhausted, not just from the 16-hour day, but from pretending everything was fine. "Still upset with me?" Jonathan Sterling asked from behind his mahogany desk, not bothering to look up from his laptop. Marcus felt his jaw tighten. 3 weeks ago, he'd missed his daughter Zoe's dance recital because Jonathan had insisted he stay late for a client presentation that could have easily been rescheduled. He'd promised his 7-year-old he'd be there in the front row, camera ready. Instead, she'd scanned the audience with those hopeful brown eyes and found his seat empty. His sister had recorded it on her phone, and watching it later, seeing Zoe's smile falter for just a moment, had broken something inside him. "With all due respect, sir," Marcus said quietly, "I don't think you understand what you're asking." Jonathan finally looked up, irritation flickering across his features. "I'm asking if you're going to continue this attitude problem. You're up for senior developer, Marcus. This is when people prove themselves." Marcus thought about the single father's playbook he'd been following since Zoe's mother left when she was 2. Work harder, sleep less, smile through the pain. He'd built his entire life around being enough parent, enough provider, enough employee. But standing there with his daughter's backpack cutting into his shoulder, he realized he'd been measuring enough by the wrong metrics. "I proved myself when I delivered the Henderson project 3 weeks early," Marcus said, his voice steady despite his racing heart. "I proved myself when I redesigned the entire back-end infrastructure. I proved myself every time I chose this company over sleep, over my health, over my daughter." He paused, feeling the weight of the words he'd been holding back. "But last Tuesday, when Zoe performed a dance she'd practiced for 3 months, I wasn't there. And you know what she said when I tried to apologize? She said, 'It's okay, Daddy. I know work is important.'" Jonathan's expression shifted slightly, but Marcus wasn't finished. "She's 7 years old, and she already believes she's less important than a job. So yes, Mr. Sterling, I'm still upset. Not just with you, but with myself for not saying this sooner." The office fell silent, except for the hum of the city below. Marcus expected to be fired, and part of him had made peace with it during the elevator ride up. Instead, Jonathan leaned back in his chair, his face unreadable. "My daughter just turned 30, he said finally. "She sends me a card on my birthday and at Christmas. That's it. We have lunch maybe twice a year, and it's—" He trailed off, staring at something Marcus couldn't see. "It's polite, like we're distant relatives." Marcus watched as the most powerful man he knew looked suddenly smaller. "I was building an empire," Jonathan continued, his voice rough. "That's what I told myself every time I missed a recital, a birthday, a Saturday morning. I was securing their future." He laughed bitterly. Turns out what she wanted wasn't a trust fund. She wanted a father who showed up. The silence that followed felt different, heavier with shared understanding. "The senior developer position is yours," Jonathan said. "But it comes with a condition. You leave by 6 every day. No exceptions unless you choose to stay. And if anyone in this company gives you grief about it, you send them to me." Marcus felt his throat tighten. "Sir, I can't get those years back with my daughter," Jonathan interrupted. "But maybe I can help you keep yours with Zoe." He stood, extending his hand. "Deal?" Marcus shook it, feeling tears he'd been holding back for weeks finally break free. "Deal." As Marcus rode the elevator down, he texted his sister to cancel tomorrow's babysitting. He was taking Zoe to the park after school, just the 2 of them. The promotion could wait, the emails could wait. But his daughter's childhood? That was happening right now, with or without him, and he was done choosing without. The city lights blurred past the elevator windows, and for the first time in 3 weeks, Marcus smiled. A real one.